Hello everyone and welcome to the start of another reading vlog. And this vlog is going to be for the one, the only Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. If you've been here, I've had two other Shadowhunters vlogs that I've done, finishing the Mortal Instrument and reading the first two books in the Dark Artifices, so I will leave a link to those in the description. But yes, it is time for this book and oh my god, I cannot wait. I did take a break in between reading Lord of Shadows to read The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, which is actually a reread for me, and I annotated it, which is always really fun. I have taken to writing in my books now, and I love it. It's so fun. I reread this for a live show I am partaking in on Saturday for the Cruel Read Along, and we will also be doing a live show for The Wicked King, so I will leave the announcement video in the description below. I think it's probably going to be past then when this vlog goes up, but like maybe I'll just leave a link to the live show. I'm very excited to discuss this with people. It's gonna be my first ever live show. It's gonna be fun. I have a lot of thoughts on this book. It's meaty. There's a lot of stuff to discuss. So a live show is gonna be a perfect format to talk about this book and talk about our theories for The Wicked King. I also, last night, I read that basically in like all day yesterday. I also picked up, I have my old Amazon Fire tablet that I have not used in quite a while. I used to read a lot of magazines and stuff on here, not really for books. I read The Lost Sisters ebook, and I like when novellas are just like on Kindle because then I feel like it's not like this like big scam thing that authors are like making money to put out a subpar story. Like I thought it was a good story, but it's like, it's just casual like on the ebook, like, you know, whatever. But it did have a sneak peek of The Wicked King in the back, which I didn't realize, which if I had known I would have read it much sooner because the little sneak peek got me hype, and I'm so hyped. Wicked King is coming out in less than a week now. Ooh, I can't wait. I haven't done a TBR in a while, and I'm finally gonna film one, I think this weekend, try and put it up early next week, and I am excited because I've basically been reading all Shadowhunters books, so there's been really no point in doing TBR, but now I have many things that I'm gonna try and read this month, so I'm gonna do a TBR video again. I can't wait. And with that being said, I am going to use this reading journal that I got in the Owl Crate December box. I ordered it specifically because they said they were going to put a reading journal in it, and I'm going to fill out the TBR and new releases for this month, so stay tuned because I'll do a little montage of that. And I'm very excited to use this because I think it is the most adorable thing ever. And it's so beautiful, and it is good for me because I'm lazy and I don't really bullet journal that well, although I do have one, and I want to try and get like stickers and put my stickers in my reading journal, but I have not worked on it in like months. I'm buddy reading Queen of Air and Darkness with Lucy from Crescent Pages. I'm also still buddy reading with Melissa. She's just a little slow reading them, and I need to read these series. Sorry, Melissa, that I'm leaving you in the dust, but we will obviously still discuss everything when you read, and I can't wait. I also got her to read The Diviners, which I'm very proud of. It was very sad during my commute today when I didn't have any of the Diviners audiobook to listen to, and I have to wait till tomorrow to get a new audiobook on Audible, which I think I'm going to be reading The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, so I'm hyped for that. I cannot wait for this book. I have been spoiled for a few things in there because of the moderator at the Cassandra Clare signing that gave away all of the spoilers, and I'm so angry about that still, but what can you do? And I'm mad because I saw other vlogs of people at Cassandra Clare signings, and those moderators did not spoil anything. It still doesn't ruin the story for me. There's still so much more that happens that can be given away in a few of the shocking little things that people say. There's still so much of the story to enjoy, and the only true way to enjoy it is reading it for myself. And again, I am going to be annotating with my tabs that I get these guys on Amazon. They're great. And I have my Shadowhunter bookmark, which says, if you have the soul of a warrior, you are a warrior, which is from the Infernal Devices. One of my favorite quotes. It's from Cake and Paint Co., which is unfortunately, I believe, closed, but they had such cute bookmarks. I'm very, very, very excited to dive in to Queen of Air and Darkness, and I'm glad that I waited until I'm back at work to read it, because then that way I can pace myself, because I don't want it to be over in like a day and a half. Like, I want to savor the experience. It's Thursday, January 3rd. I just got back from work and today I have many things to do, so I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done, but I've been listening to the audiobook for The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I started it this morning and I'm like an hour in and I'm already loving it. I'm so intrigued to learn about all of these husbands and I need to know about them. Like, I'm ready to know the secrets of Evelyn Hugo. So let's go. Then yesterday I started Queen of Aran Darkness. Oh my goodness. I'm loving it so much. I'm currently on page 106. So like I said, I wanted to wait until I went back to work to start reading this because then my reading pace is a little bit slower and I can just absorb it. I was thinking about Emma and Julian and Mark and Christina and Kieran and Ty and Livy and Tavi and Drew and Helen and Aline and Diana and Gwen all day today. Like, I just needed to know what's gonna happen and I think like it's gonna get crazy. So hopefully I'm aiming to read like 100 pages on the weekdays and then hopefully I'll finish it this weekend. But yes, very excited about this. And yeah, that's just a quick little update that I wanted to do, and I'm not doing much today besides I have to go to the gym, cook dinner, edit a video, and then hopefully have time to read. So see you in the next clip. Okay, also the thing about this book is it's literally tearing my heart to pieces. It's so sad in the beginning. I don't like really cry when I read books. I just get really sad and I literally was destroyed on page 4. And I was like, how can I be so sad? And I just started a book and it's just gonna be a wild ride and I can't wait to see what happens, but I'm also terrified. So there's that. Hey, so it's Sunday, January 6th, 2019. I'm continuing to read Queen of Shadows and continuing to have my, not Queen of Shadows, I'm continuing to read Queen of Aran Darkness. What the heck? Wrong queen book. Continuing to read Queen of Aran Darkness and continuing to have my heart ripped out of my chest. So it's great. There are things happening in this book that are completely wrecking me and just tender moments between the family that make me so sad, and it's this book is really something else, and I'm currently on page 494 and it's just like I have this much left and I feel scared because I don't want it to be over because I've spent so long reading the Shadowhunter Chronicles straight through and it's so sad that I'm almost done, but like there is going to be so many more books. There's Red Scrolls of Magic, Ghost from Shadow Market, and Chain of Gold coming out in the meantime, and I believe The Wicked Powers, which follows Kit and Ty, my 2 favorites, I need them to kiss already, coming out in like 2022, which seems like a long time away, but we all know I'm gonna be still a hoe for Shadowhunters then, so it's fine. But yes, I can't wait. I am just loving everything about my experience with this book so far. Hello, it's Monday, January 7th, 2019. It's weird that it's 2019. I always feel in the beginning of the year that I like feel weird writing the date. But to update, still reading Queen of Aran Darkness, still dying on the inside. I'm on page 582 and it's a journey. And this book is like 880 pages. It's really long. I mean, it's thick. I'm loving every second of it and I don't want to go too fast because like I've said a million times, I don't want it to be over yet. But yet, The Wicked King comes out tomorrow and Madison from Princess of Paperback just texted me a photo of what the owl crate cover for The Wicked King looks like, and so I got a little sneak peek of the box before the video went up and it's really nice. So, you know, I need to finish this chunk, but thankfully I have nothing on the roster tonight but to sit down and read this lovely book. Anyways, the character development in this book is just so good throughout the series, seeing what these characters go through and how they all change and what they mean to each other and their relationships. It's so intense and there's new mysteries to unravel as we go along, and I'm really curious as to how this book is going to have a conclusion and yet leave enough threads unraveled maybe in respect to something that's going to happen here that ties into the Lost Hours series, or like what the Wicked Powers, which is going to be the last trilogy set in the Shadowhunters world that follows Kit and Ty. Like, how is it all gonna happen? I don't know, and I guess I gotta get to the end of this book to find out. In the meantime, I'm also listening to 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo on Audible, and I'm loving this book so much. I bought the physical copy, which I haven't been buying physical copies of the books that I read on audio, but I needed it. And let's see, I'm on chapter 39 of 72, so like about halfway. Yeah, I have like 5 hours left of like a 12-hour book, and it is just so gripping, and the emotions, and it just feels so real and raw, and Evelyn is just, her way of thinking is just amazing, and just seeing the way that she handles these situations in her life, it's incredible, and I can see why everyone loves it because it's amazing. And I ordered my copy of the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo on Amazon thinking it would get delivered here today, and it got delivered to my parents' house, so I don't have my copy yet until my mom mails me my stuff. Oh, another thing that I'm doing is I'm drawing the runes in this book as I go whenever they mention it in the book. So like, for example, we have like all of these marks in the Shadowhunters Codex, or I'm just Googling them if they're not in there. And then I need to go back to the beginning of the book, and I think if I were ever to reread the Shadowhunter books, I would want to draw in a rune every single time it was mentioned, because there's so many of them and they're really pretty, and I'm not a good illustrator, but I can draw runes. Here's one illustration of a rune, and I had a few more, but I probably won't be able to find them. So yeah, just like whenever they come up, I've been drawing them in because I think it's just a cool touch. And I mean, the runes are what give the Shadowhunters their power, so whenever a specific one is mentioned, I like to draw it, and it's been a good time. Yeah, so that's all for my little update now. I can't wait for The Wicked King, and I'm gonna be so full of emotion when Queen of Air and Darkness is done, because this series is very, very good. I can just tell as time goes on, because Cassandra Clare's work just gets better and better, and I'm so enraptured in this book. It's Tuesday, January 8th, and I'm very cozy in my winter blanket right now, reading Queen of Air and Darkness as per usual. I'm on page 726. I thought I'd be able to finish this today, but it has been slow going because I didn't get home until late, so maybe I'll finish it tomorrow. I don't know, but I'm just loving it so much. So many epic things happen. It's amazing. And I have been, like I said, I've been drawing a rune anytime they mention them. So this one chapter had a lot of runes right in the beginning of the chapter. So I like drew them all on the page here, and I think they look so cool and just add a little touch to the book. It's amazing. And yeah. And this scene that I just read was just so epic, and it's like, yes. Things are like, it's epic, it's coming to this like conclusion, and you just see the characters all coming into themselves, and it's amazing. I also have a bookish mail because, as you know, today is the Wicked King release day, and another reason I wanted to finish Queen of Air and Darkness is so I can start the Wicked King, but alas, I am not up to it, which is totally fine. Let's open this bad boy. Just the spine looks so pretty. Oh my god. It's so nice. On the back it says, I have heard that for mortals, the feeling of falling in love is very much like the feeling of fear. Your heart beats fast, your senses are heightened, you grow lightheaded, maybe even dizzy. Is that right? What does this mean? And then the inside says, you must be strong enough to strike and strike and strike again without tiring. The first lesson is to make yourself that strong. Oh my god. I'm so excited to read this. Ooh, and ooh, it's got all underwater things. And of course, this is thinner than the Cruel Prince. Only 315 pages. I wasn't sure how I felt about this design. It's interesting. I definitely like the one on the Cruel Prince better, but it is really cool colors. And I got the Barnes & Noble special edition. Really wishing I got the Cruel Prince special edition from Barnes & Noble, but whatever. Gonna start with the Wicked King, and hopefully one day they restock the Cruel Prince, because it would be cruel of them not to restock it. So yeah, I can't wait. I feel like everyone's read this and I'm ready to experience it for myself, and it's just so pretty, and I need it. Hello, it's Thursday, January 10th, and to update you guys on my reading. Oh no, is my battery dying? It's gonna be quick, but to update you on my reading, I finished the audiobook for The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo yesterday, and I absolutely adored that book. I see why everyone raves about it. Just the story is so profound, and the last line really, it was like one of those like sucker punch ending lines, and it was so good. And I have since discovered the Overdrive Libby app, and it works with my library card. And so I have a bunch of books on hold, and right now I started the audiobook for Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, which is like a murder mystery, but I find that murder mysteries can be a little bit too grim for me. Sometimes I don't want to spend my free time reading and be like sad because the murder mystery is like scary. Like, this is a murder mystery with like a little bit of spunk and fun because it takes place at a boarding school, and it follows parallel timelines between the 1930s and present day, and so I find that it's just a little bit more lighthearted of a mystery, even though it's like still like a serious murder that occurred. It's not like something like Gone Girl where I'm terrified the whole time. Like, it's a little bit more whimsical than that. So I really enjoyed that, and I heard about it first from Sophie over at Sophisticated Books because she talked about it in her top books of 2018. So once I saw my library had it, I got it. I also am reading Check Please, which is book one hockey, or book one #hockey by Ngozi Ukaza, and it's a comic, and I can just read it on my phone, which is cool. So like, can like see that, and I just like zoom in. It's like really easy to read on my phone. And I also have a hold on My Lady Jane by a few different people. My Plain Jane. So My Lady Jane is a comedy spin on one of Henry VIII's wives, and My Plain Jane is a spin on Jane Eyre, which I read many years ago, and those are both about a 2-week hold. And then I also have a hold on The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis, which is a 2-week hold, and I have a hold on Sadie by Courtney Summers, which Madison over at Princess of Paperback has been telling me I need to listen to the audiobook for it, and it's a 10-week wait. So we will see how that goes. Hopefully it's quicker than that. And I have like almost all of my holds used, so hopefully these books are ready for me to read soon. But I feel like discovering that I can use this library app on my phone is a whole new world. It's just like a matter of waiting for the holds to come off the books if they're not available. But yeah, I'm just like so excited. And I also am still using Audible, so I was thinking what I want to do is I do want to reread Harry Potter, so I may use like my Audible credit every month to buy the Harry Potter audiobooks. And then like that's nice because once you use your Audible credit for an audiobook, like you own it, so you can go back and listen to it again, which is obviously I'd want to listen to Harry Potter audiobook. I could maybe want to listen to it again and again because it's Harry Potter. So yes, but to update you on my physical reading, I am reading Queen of Air Darkness, and I'm on page 875. And so I basically finished it. Things are very happy right now. Well, things are going well, but there's the epilogue in which apparently everything changes. And Lucy from Crescent Pages, we were buddy reading. She finished it like 2 days ago, and I've just been too tired to finish it, or like too tired to really have too much time to read these past few days. But she said that I need to film my reaction to reading the epilogue. So I'm gonna do something else because my camera's about to die while it charges, and then come back and read the epilogue. And I'm honestly afraid, but I know that we have the Wicked Powers, which doesn't come out until 2022, which is so unfair because I need more Kit and Ty in my life, like, so badly. But there's a lot of other threads that I can see working its way into it. But I know once Chain of Gold comes out, I'm gonna love like that cast of characters too. Like, Cassandra Clare's writing has just really improved so much from City of Bones, and reading them all like back to back, you can really see the progression. And I just think her characterization is one of the strongest aspects of her book. I mean, as well as the world building, but really the characters are what allows her to be exploring this world so much, because they're all so nuanced and different. It's not like she's a one-trick pony, even if you would think that, because she only has this one world that all of her series takes place in, but they're so different. And I just love seeing how they all connect. It's so fun. So yes, I'm honestly like truly afraid. So stick back in for a montage. I'm sure my face is going, I'm pretty much like make faces while I read, so I think this is gonna be like pretty entertaining. So we'll see. Where the next series is gonna come from now. Wow. And now that that book's done, time to pick up The Wicked King, because I have not been able to stop thinking about reading this book. I'm so excited. Everyone's been talking about it. I've had to mute all of the words associated with this book on Twitter, so from one amazing book that's gonna emotionally wreck me to another. Hello, it's Saturday, January 12th, and I have just been chilling out, reading all day. I read Check Please, which is a comic I got as an ebook through my library, and I just read it on my phone, and it was so freaking cute. It was absolutely adorable, and I love that I'm now using my Overdrive app to get audiobooks and ebooks and stuff like that. And I'm also listening to Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, and it's a really fun, whimsical private school mystery, and it's really gripping. Like, I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm also reading The Wicked King. It seems like tinier than The Cruel Prince, and I think it's only like 300 and something pages. So I got to page 147 and took a quick break, and I'll be reading more of this later, but I'm enjoying it so far. I'm enjoying seeing what's gonna happen, and I just know things are building to a giant climax, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I haven't been spoiled for it, which is amazing, so we shall see what goes on. Hello, it's Sunday, January, what day is it? January 13th, and I have just been reading The Wicked King, and I'm on page 261, and I wanted to check in before. I'm planning on like finishing this. It's like 320 something pages. It's pretty short, so I don't have much longer left, and things are starting to get spicy. So I wanted to check in before the end because, yeah, stuff is happening. And I also wanted to talk about Queen of Aran Darkness because I finished that on Thursday and I didn't get to give my final thoughts. I obviously ended up giving this book 5 out of 5 stars. You can see all of my tabs here. I loved the character development in this book, and I've been reading on Cassandra Clare's Tumblr. She's been answering questions about her characters and why she made the specific choices that she did, and it's killing me inside, and I can't believe we don't get the Wicked Powers until 2022. That's so far away, but I feel like she's gonna continue with like at least 2 or 3 books per year, because now we have the Oldest Curses trilogy and The Last Hours, and I'm already aware I'm probably gonna love James Harrendell if he's anything like his father. So I don't know, and I think that I've heard that the Wicked Powers concentrates on Kit, Ty, and Drew, and I know that this book kind of like perfectly set them up in a good place well, perfectly kind of like hinted at the future conflict and kind of like set it up for this next trilogy. And I absolutely adore all of their characters. At first, Drew was like more so in the background. I mean, she was only 13, and then as the series went on, we got more of a glimpse into her personality, and like I think that she's super cool, and it'll be exciting to kind of see like the next generation of Blackthorns, and everyone from this trilogy, like Emma and Julian and stuff, are gonna be older, so it'll be cool. And yeah, I just love that I have this personalized copy, and I got to put my touch on it by like underlining and tabbing, and I don't know, it was just such a great experience, and I love this book. And now my Shadowhunter shelf is full, so I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to move things around when all these new Shadowhunter books come out, because it's just gonna be expanding and expanding. So, but for now, it's perfect. Here's what my shelf looks like. The only two books I have left to read are the Shadowhunters Codex, which like I feel like is more of a reference thing. I don't know if I'll actually read that through, but who knows. And these graphic novels, which are the graphic novelization, I guess, of City of Bones. It's volumes 1 and 2 together, and these will be probably like really quick reads, and I just want to start getting into graphic novels, and I feel like with my favorite series will be a good way. And I love the illustrations of these characters. I really like the way that she drew Jace and Clary, which is why, I mean, Cassandra Clare has been working with Cassandra Jean for a long time. So yes, I'm excited. And even though City of Bones and City of Ashes like aren't really my favorite in the series, I think that it will be a cool way to like see the story in like a more fun, lighthearted way, because I like the pictures, and I don't know, I just think it could be give a new spin on a story, maybe make me like it better. I also have some mail. Anytime I get book mail, I think of like that song from Blue's Clues. This is from Barnes and Noble, so I know what this is. I'm very excited. Ah! Oh, hoo, hoo. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, it's so pretty. Oh, wow. Okay. It seems thicker than this one. I don't know. Oh, I love the white hardback with the green design on it. I wonder if there's like more extra contents in the back. I don't want to ruin anything for myself though. I will have to check once I've read the whole Wicked Queen so that I don't ruin anything for myself. But yes, I love the white. Amazing. I'm really sad, and I hope that Barnes & Noble will one day reprint the black edition of The Cool Prince, or I can find it anywhere online. And I'm so mad at when I saw it, it like had sold out, and then I saw it again online for a good price, like online on the Barnes & Noble website over the summer. But I don't know, they printed more Kingdom of Ash exclusive editions, so yeah. Oh, exclusive deleted scene. So I will go back and read the deleted scene in here once I finish with this, and I have less than 100 pages, so I'm planning on finishing it tonight. I also feel like this is kind of similar to The Cruel Prince, where it starts off slowly and is like kind of building to the conclusion, and then everything kind of like just goes crazy. But I do not mind slow beginnings. I know that a lot of people will always say when a book is slow, and I mean, unless a book is so slow that it's dragging, I don't mind slowness if we're getting like that world building and character building. So I haven't minded how slow things were, because I am attached to the characters. I like to see what they're doing. Things are heating up. So far I'm enjoying this. And next I got this thing from Redbubble. I ordered so many stickers, and I'm excited to show them off. Ooh, there's so many in here because I ordered a lot of stickers. These are gonna be so cool to put in my, so my plan is to take these stickers and put them in my reading journal, which I've like haven't really worked on in a while. I just have like this and like series I read in 2018. I'm not trying to make it like a reading journal like my Owl Crate one that I have. And I also already have some stickers. This one from the Vengeful Pre-Order. Then I have Mischief Managed. I have a Neil deGrasse Tyson science quote. Doesn't really have anything to do with books, but I like it. And this cute little dobby. So now to show off my stickers, I obviously want to give credit to the artists, so I will put a link to these in the description. So if you guys want these stickers from Redbubble and you want to see who the artists are, you can check them out. But I have this one that's a certified Sarah J. Maas trash, which I am. And the Night Court emblem, Fireheart, and Fire Breathing Bitch Queen from Burn Glass. And I love it so much. These are so cool. Oh my god, I'm so excited to use these stickers and decorate my journal. No Mourners, No Funerals from Six of Crows, which for the Book 2 games, I'm going to be hosting for Ketterdam, so it's only fitting because I love Six of Crows. And then I also have If I Cannot Be Better Than Them, I Will Become So Much Worse from The Cruel Prince, which is this guy. You Deserve Every Star in the Galaxy, Laid at Your Feet, and 1,000 Diamonds in Your Hair, which is from the Illuminate Files. And A Reader Lives 1,000 Lives Before He Dies, which is from Game of Thrones. Oh, these are all so pretty. Next I have Rattle the Stars by Sarah J. Maas from Burn Glass. And Sassenach, which means foreigner in Gaelic, but it's from Outlander, which you guys know I'm Outlander trash. I Heart, which is a Celtic Heart Outlander. And then this picture of Jude, she's my favorite angry girl, and she looks so angry here, and I love it. I got so many stickers. And then this is A. Malcolm, Printer and Books, which is from Outlander. And this is another Sarah J. Maas quote, because as you see from my sticker before, I'm certified Sarah J. Maas trash. Libraries were full of ideas, perhaps the most dangerous and powerful of all weapons. This one just says Proud Bibliophile. And then we have the Clockwork Angel from the Infernal Devices. Love that. Then I have something from the Infernal Devices, which is Bloodthirsty Little Beasts, Never Trust a Duck. If you know, you know. It's a Herondale thing. And then also Shadowhunters, Looking Better in Black than the Widows of Our Enemies Since 1234, which is a quote from Jason, City of Bones, and it's just funny. There's Will, Jem, and Tessa from the backs of the Infernal Devices, like reprint paperback. And Words Have the Power to Change Us, which is a quote from Clockwork Angel, and one of my favorite quotes because I think it's so true. Next is The World Will Be Saved and Remade by the Dreamers, Sarah J. Maas. Very cool design. And Dream Up Something Wild and Improbable by Laini Taylor, which I love Strange Dreamer, so I love that sticker. And then finally, just a bunch of runes. I should have probably gotten this sticker in a bigger size, but it's fine. It's cute. Hello, it's a little bit later, and I just finished this book. Literally, what is going on? I'm shook. I'm so shook. So then I just finished this and I watched some Outlander, and I've been listening to Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, and I have about 2 hours left. It's a shorter audiobook. The first few audiobooks I read were the Diviners books, and those ones were long. And they took me like almost a month to read each one. And I sped through the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo in like a week. And now I'm like almost done with this one, and I just started it a few days ago. And from my library app, I currently have The Female of the Species and My Plain Jane checked out. So I'll probably start My Plain Jane next, which is supposed to be a fun Jane Eyre retelling. And then The Female of the Species. I also have a hold on My Lady Jane, and I'm on the wait list for Sadie, and I'm 5th in line, so I won't get it for another 10 weeks. I am becoming an audiobook fiend. I will listen to them when I'm on my commute to work, is like my main listening time, but also I've been listening, like just doing stuff around the house. Sometimes I just lie down on the couch and listen to an audiobook. And yeah, I really enjoy listening to them doing chores. I think it makes chores go by a lot quicker, and then I feel like I'm just like always reading. Like I feel like it's really increasing the amount that I've been reading. So if you guys have any good recommendations for audiobooks, really appreciate that. So yeah, within the course of this vlog, I think it was like been like a 2-week vlog. I finished Queen of Air and Darkness, which 5 out of 5 stars. 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo on audio, 5 out of 5 stars. I just finished The Wicked King, 5 out of 5 stars because I'm shook. I'm so shook. I'm shook. 5 out of 5 stars. And I'm in the middle of Truly Devious, which I'm really enjoying, and discovering Overdrive and Libby has been an amazing experience because I love it. But yeah, I still have my Audible subscription because I think it's worth it. What else? Oh, but yes, Truly Devious. The anxiety rep, I think, is one of the closest representations to anxiety that I've ever seen. I am an anxious person, and I've had panic attacks and all that stuff since I was young. And so hearing about Stevie's experience with panic attacks and having anxiety, I find, is probably the truest representation I've found in literature before. I don't often see it represented in books, and so I like seeing it because it just feels really real. And I actually realized Maureen Johnson helped to co-write The Baying Chronicles and Tales from Shadowhunters Academy, which is cool. Oh, I also forgot to mention I read Check Please as an ebook from my library. I'm hoping to find more graphic novels on there. I tried looking for a few and I couldn't find any, but I think like comics and stuff like that are really good to read on my phone because I love reading webtoons and stuff like that. So that's my plan. Support your local library. It's great. And yes, now my reading plans for the upcoming week is I'm going to finish Truly Devious. The next book that I want to start is Amber and Dusk, which was in my TBR, and it's just a short little book that I got in my owl crate, and it just seems like it doesn't have much conversation going on around it, and I got a cool necklace that matches it in my owl crate, and I just want to give it a try because I don't want to get books from owl crate and Fairy Loot and then never read them. That kind of defeats the purpose. So I'm gonna read this and see what I think, and then maybe I'll also start Language of Thorns, but because this one is broken up into tales, I can like read a story a day and like go back and forth between reading them. So we shall see. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed my reading stuff, and I'm happy that I'm doing reading vlogs after kind of taking a break in like November-ish. So yes, excited to do more. All right, so I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. But until then, have some fun, read some books, and catch you guys in the next one.